everyone. Welcome to day 11 of the 12 Days of Whiskey presented by Green Valley Wine and Spirits, 344 Commons Drive, Bolingbrook, Illinois, HBIC Bologna, and there's nothing here right now. We have a empty bar.
No tasting.
Oh, man.
We are wrestling fans. If we're quoting Brian Danielson, it's the final countdown, baby.
It's the final count. Oh, I should probably sing it because I'm going to get deep. We're going to We're doing our top 10 whiskeys of the year for 2024. We're very excited to do this. We try to say this for our 12 days every year. So we're going to just broken down into 2 days. So day 11 is going to be 10 through 6 with our honorable mentions. And then tomorrow we'll have our top 5 whiskeys of the year. And can't wait to get into that. But first, we got to start with our honorable mentions. No, you know what? We're going to start with, check out that shirt that he's wearing. Bottles are for drinking, not flipping. Shameless plug, shysportsbums.bigcartel.com. You can get that. And we have all of our Great Bourbon Bums merch. Okay, shameless plug's over. All right, let's get into our honorable mentions. You ready?
First honorable mention, if you've been watching the 12 Days of Whiskey, we just did this review yesterday. It was a blind. It won the Stag blind. So first honorable mention, Stag 24C. I said it was the darker, more staggier versions of this year's release. So this one was our first one that was out.
Yeah. And the fact that we're throwing a Stag as an honorable mention means that for our list, I think it's got to be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it many times and I'll say it again. I am, quote unquote, a Stag slut. So for this to be out means we got some pretty good bottles.
Yeah.
For our whiskey of the year.
Yep. All right. So our second honorable mention, Jack Daniel's Coy Hill.
Realistically, when we first started our first draft of this list, this was possibly top 5.
Yeah.
We really like this bottle. If you go back and look at our review, the Coy Hill is something, I mean, obviously people go crazy for. We really liked it. And then the more releases that got out there,
yeah,
it kept dropping and dropping and dropping. So we did our preliminary lists today, and this one's out.
Yeah, had to do a few for research purposes. Some side by side, some going back, some samplings. So we had to do this for you guys. But yeah, Coy Hill. I mean, now granted, there's multiple different batches and proofs that came out with this release. So maybe there's some other ones that were super bad or super awesome compared to what the one that we got. But I'm not saying this wasn't a bad bottle, but it just the other ones we'll see just didn't stack up for it.
And a lot of times we say once a bottle opens up, this almost had the opposite effect.
Yes.
So when we initially had it, awesome. Now revisiting it, it got knocked down a couple pegs. And
Yep.
I'm like, whoa, I did not expect that.
I didn't expect that one either.
Yeah.
All right, what's our next one?
All right, next one is friend of the program, Maker's Mark. Maker's Mark Cellar Age 2024 edition. I think I had the Cellar Age 2023 last year in the top 10 of my whiskeys of the year, but this year it's just on the outside looking in.
Yeah, that isn't bad with it. We like the extra age.
Extra year.
Yeah, we like the extra age statement on it, but yeah, still a very good one. But that one did not make the cut, unfortunately. So, all right, next one is one we just finished up yesterday. Michter's Toasted Barrel, the 2024 release. It's great bourbon. I gave it an A+. I think it's one of the best dessert bourbons. But you nitpicked the proof point on it a little bit.
I gave it an A-, and to tell you the truth, all of these bottles are in the A range.
Yeah.
But yeah, the proof on this was the one thing holding me back on it. And it's like I said, it's a great bottle, but didn't make the cut.
Yeah. All right, and our final honorable mention.
Bardstown Discovery Series 11. And this is a bottle I thought for sure was going to make our top 10 whiskeys of the year. Now, I know what you're watching. You're saying this released last year. In the Chicagoland area, this released in 2024.
Yeah.
So we got our hands on this bottle early-ish.
Yeah, I think it was January, February.
Yeah, but it was 2024 for us.
Yes. So don't add us and be like, well, technicality of 23. we're at the mercy of the distributors in Illinois. So I mean, much we can do about that, unless we want to keep on flying down to Louisville to go, mule stuff back and forth.
Yeah, Indiana, I think, got it way earlier.
Yes,
than
yes,
we
I did.
Yeah.
I did have people message me like, "Oh, it's in Indiana. If you want me to pick you up a bottle?" And I'm like, "I'll just wait and give my money to the places I support." So,
And realistically, that's a predominant way of how we were able to acquire these bottles. I have my local bodega and local stores that I frequent. You have yours, including Green Valley Wine and Spirits. So might as well play an ad.
yeah. Green Valley Wine and Spirits in Bolingbrook is the best liquor store in the southwest suburbs. Come see their newly expanded and remodeled location for all your liquor needs. They have a great craft beer selection, an ever-expanding portfolio of tequilas and bourbon, and a new wine rack showcasing the best wines around. And while you're there, stop by their newly added tasting bar to try all the Bourbon Bum store picks before you buy. That's Green Valley Wine and Spirits, 344 Commons Drive at the corner of Route 53 and I-55 in Bolingbrook. And tell them the bum sent you. All right, thank you, Green Valley. All right, now let's get these out of the way. Let's get into our top fives here. All right, we're gonna start with number 10. It comes from our favorite distillery, and we just had to bump one of them for honorable mention, but 2024 Bomburgers from Michter's. That is our number 10 whiskey of the year.
Yeah, and every year we talk about it. I think side by side, Bomburgers and Shanks. Some years I like Shanks better than Bomburgers. Other years, Bomburgers better than Shanks. This year, I thought the Bomburgers release was a lot more full flavored. The Shanks, while awesome, was more of just like a caramel butterscotch fastball. This was more complex, and I really liked it. When we did our side-by-sides, it did just enough to, come in 10th place.
And with the Michter's products, having the, higher end proofs for them.
These things making too much noise. I'm taking them off.
All right. Hey, call it audible. We don't need any weird background noise.
And
oh, no.
Losing my hat. You guys see my hair plugs.
All right. Here's with number 9.
All right. Number 9 is something we thought was going to be in our top 5. We've always liked the Four Roses limited release.
Yeah.
And the more we had it, it kept bumping down, almost like the Coy Hill. But it did just enough to remain in the top 10.
Yeah, and everyone went crazy for this one because of the, the age statement when they had like the mash bill on there, some 20 or some, 13, 16. It was like, oh man, like there's a lot of ultra age. And like we mentioned, sometimes after that 15-year mark, sometimes the barrel can take over, and you didn't get that here, but it did not. It was up there, and then we had some other stuff coming later.
And to tell you the truth, if we were to side-by-side it with other Four Roses limited releases, I think those are better. There's a couple, I think you had one, 2 years ago?
Yeah, I got the 21.
The 21 was lights out. This, while good, was just a step down from that.
Yeah. All right. Number 8 is one that we really, really both liked. We gave it very high grades on, so number 8 is very shocking for this, but it's the newest release from E.H. Taylor, Batch Proof 18, Barrel Proof Batch 18. Sorry. 13. See, I've got my numbers back.
But we really, this just came out. It was like one of our first 12 Days of Whiskey releases. But we really liked it. We side-by-side it with a couple other things, and it just kept going up and up and up.
Yeah, this was definitely a late round entry, because if this didn't come in, we might have our stuff a little higher, but we had some, you're going to see in the later videos, we had some stuff, a lot of late entries come in that pushed some stuff down. All right, number 7.
Number 7, Bardstown Discovery Series 12.
So that's our second Bardstown, on the list. But
on the list, our second Bardstown. We side-by-side it with the 11.
Yep.
And I thought, going into it, I was really going to like the 11 better. And we both agreed we liked the 12.
Yeah. We both kind of said that the nose on the 11 was better, but profile-wise, the 12, went out there. And when the people were saying, like releasing what the actual was inside what the juice was for the mash bill, and it was like, oh, there's some turkey.
There's some turkey, some
Yeah.
aged turkey in there.
Yeah, that kind of like
Suede.
yeah, kind of swayed a little bit
Yeah.
there. I mean, maybe if you didn't tell me, I would have been more swayed. But side by side with the 11, I had to agree the 12 was the better of the two discos.
And if we were just to grade these like in a vacuum, I think there's a really big step up from here to here.
Mhm.
While it's, we're still in the top 10, this is a class above these three.
Yeah.
bottles.
Yeah. All right. So our number 6 and final one for this video is Booker's Reserve. 2024. I mean,
The reserves.
the reserves.
Yeah. So this bottle we did a review on, and since then, the more I have it, the better it is.
Yeah. It's a
really like
peanut bomb, but it's
peanut
like,
butter
it's-
chocolate M&Ms.
Yeah.
It's all of the great things about the Jim Beam, like Knob Creek, all of that stuff. All of the good parts about it is in that bottle.
Yeah, and I was skeptical at first because they release they have 4 releases a year, and they're all high proof, so you can't really go scoop up all of them because the Bookers you can't really go through, right? They take a while to go through. And I was like, oh man, they're coming out with another one. All right, we'll try it. And I was like, man, like that one blows all of in my opinion, the regular Bookers releases.
Yeah.
that they do quarterly out of the water.
I said it in the review we did. This was my first Booker's ever that I have, and I'm happy I had it. Kind of wish I had a second bottle of it.
Yeah. Okay, so that is our honorable mentions plus 109876. So, what do you think are going to be our top 5 whiskeys? I would love to know what your speculations. So, if you're watching this and it's still day 11, please give us a comment on what you think our top 5 are going to be, because I think you might have an idea of, based on some other people's. I don't want to spoil.
There's some
too
chalk.
much.
There's some chalk there for sure, but there's a couple wild cards. as
Yes,
well.
there is some. There is definitely going to be a couple wild cards that are going to shock you on this one. So we can't wait to share our top 5 whiskeys of the year tomorrow. So that is day 11 of the 12 days of whiskey presented by Green Valley Wine and Spirits, 344 Commons Drive, Bolingbrook, Illinois. I hope you got all your Christmas gifts already, and if you hope you got your Bourbon Bums single barrel picks, because they do make great gifts. But if you need a late gift, make sure you buy some of our merch as well. So with that, we'll see you guys tomorrow for our top 5. Until then, Merry Christmas. Have a good night, everyone.
Salute.